DFS Show with John Impemba and James Grande.
What is going on, FA Nation? John Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS Playbook Preview Show. It is Friday, 7-game main slate here over on DraftKings, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, going through the 9 p.m. hour. Got a little nervous. I thought maybe we were going to have like a 10-30 game there. Utah-Denver at 9 p.m. there to close it out. A lot of key players already ruled out for this slate. Cade, LaMelo, Zion out. We know Brunson's been out for a little bit. Evan Mobley, I guess we'll see if he comes back. He was out for the Thursday slate. Cleveland on a back-to-back. They've rested Donovan Mitchell. They've then rested Evan Mobley. Did they rest?
We've seen Garland sit a couple times. Remember
Garland? Is it finally an Allen day to sit? We know Lillard obviously out for an extended period of time. Toronto's already ruled everybody
maybe
out.
The year. Blood clots. Maybe the year.
Yeah. So a lot of big names, a lot of key names already ruled out for this slate. As we mentioned all the time, we're at the end of the NBA season, so gonna have teams that start players and then rest players and rule guys out and all the good stuff. And there's still a whole injury report to come as we are previewing this slate the night before. So make sure you stay tuned in the Fantasy Alarm Discord and then tune in live at 5 when Grande and I are back here to give you all the latest news and updates. Joker is your top price player on this slate. Did go from doubtful to in to a 70 bomb the other day. $12,300. Giannis did not play in that game. We'll see if he suits up at 11.5. And then Towns 10.2 as your top priced players overall. Point guard, the top guys are all out already. Harden's 96. I guess we'll see if Curry plays or not at 91. Booker at 9K is your top 3 price point guards here. Booker's got Minnesota. Harden's got Brooklyn. Curry against the Pelicans with the better matchup there. Are we looking to spend up? I mean, Cade's already out, so the chalk is going to be at the value in this position.
It is definitely going to be at the value. I don't mind the Harden spot. Brooklyn is relatively good. I think Curry plays. He was close against Miami whenever they played earlier in the week. He went through scrimmages and practice and stuff, and I think he made it through unscathed. I'd expect him to play, especially with Golden State needing to win every game. I mean, they just need to get out of the play-in, right? You just cannot play OKC in the first round of the playoffs. You just can't. So I expect Curry to be back. Probably wouldn't get there at 91, but it's a good matchup. Devin Booker, we know, has a ceiling. Also can seemingly not make shots anymore. Like it's very inconsistent with the shot making. The playmaking has been amazing. He has handled the ball and he's dishing out a ton of assists nightly. So when he's pairing that in the scoring, he has a massive ceiling. I don't think there needs to be anything of priority, because like the next tier, if Donnie Mitch is playing again without people, you'd play him. Or if Garland's playing without people, you'd play him. Like I feel like the next tier is where we'd really want to live.
I agree. Again, you mentioned if guys are out, we would go in those directions for sure. Value on this slate. Again, the Utah guards, I guess, are an option quickly. I know Toronto's been very difficult to kind of figure out where they're going to go. Quickly played 26 minutes in that game against Washington. Had 41 fantasy points, then didn't play the next game, obviously. So he played, Jamal Shed and whatnot. He's back now against Charlotte, 67. Maybe a spot there. D'Angelo Russell, 61. And then your typical value guards, right? Alvarado, Schroeder, Kevin Porter Jr. Down in this range. What do the Knicks do? No Payne, no McBride, no Brunson. Like what's
Kolek? Kolek. Yeah, he's good. He's really good. He's a really good passer. He's gonna play monster minutes. It's just it's tips. He's gonna play monster minutes.
Min price, Kolek. $3,200.
He's going to play big minutes. He is an elite
9 and 7 assists in 18.
He's an elite passer, dude. He's an elite. It's his MO. He's an elite passer. He's actually a better rebounder than this too. He is not much of a scorer, but
That is everything. But at
he is.
$3,200, you don't need him to be, right? So.
You don't need him to be. Yeah, he's a great play. The Toronto stuff's frustrating. The game that you mentioned, I played him. He had 41 fantasy points. He didn't play the final 8:30 of the game, so it's hard to play quickly and then trust that they'd get the minutes. Same thing goes for Utah. I'm out. I'm back. I'm all the way out. I'm out. I'm so out.
Clarkson's already out.
Clarkson, yeah, I don't care. Dennis Schroeder, 51, ran into some awful luck in that game. Foul trouble throughout. Then Sasser was great, and on top of that, they were up by 30. So like, never had a chance to get going. Not the best spot, but if Evan Mobley were to sit again, they're significantly worse defensively without Evan Mobley. It's like they're, I think, a 114 defensive rating without Mobley, 110 with him. So like, there's a clear difference. So I'm okay with Schroeder. Same thing goes for Alvarado. He's fine at 51. I don't think it's like exciting, but I think it's fine. 51. Obviously, KPJ, we had talked about it the other night, John. I said to you, I thought KPJ was going to start because they need offense. He did start over Rollins. That might just be the direction they go, period. Because they need the offense. So Kevin Porter is going to be really popular at 49. I'm sure people will go back to the Jordan Hawkins well if he's in the starting lineup. No LaMelo, KJ Simpson's going to start at 4K. I'm sure he's not on the injury report. I was just looking at it. He's with the team. Damian Baugh is not. He is in the G League. So like, we just saw the OKC game, right? They lost 141 to 106.
Yep.
He started in that game. That was the him and Nurkic start.
Yeah.
Where I was like, I'm going to play him, and I don't care if they're going to get blown out. And they were both like relatively good. I expect that to be the case again. So 4K, really solid play. You mentioned how good, or you had talked to me privately about how good Sasser was, and we just brought it up. But he was again
back-to-back games for him too, like that.
First round pick, last year's first round pick.
Yeah,
not this year, but former first round pick, really talented.
It makes me wonder if he's earning more, like if he's getting the Schroeder role with Cade out, that's 22, 23 minutes anyways, right? So
right.
So would you rather play a Kolek or a Sasser, I guess, is a question, because they're the same price.
I'm fairly confident that Kolek's minutes are going to be 30. Like, if I'm projecting the Knicks, I think Tyler Kolek plays 30. I wouldn't feel the same way about. So again, like, I'm not saying Sasser won't play into the 20s or mid 20s again, but like a lot has gone right for him over the last couple games.
I just think no Cade gives him whatever Schroeder was playing before, which was like the 22.
Low 20s, the low to mid 20s, yeah. I'm good with it.
And he's obviously a better offensive player than Kolek, as you mentioned. Kolek an elite passer, but Sasser's going out there just bombing away. We could also maybe see Ty Jerome.
Yep.
Didn't play, right? Has with whatever the knee issue was that ruled him out for Thursday. Could come back, and if they sit at Garland or Donovan Mitchell or something, like, then we have Ty Jerome back in a role where he'll come off the bench, seemingly not play any more minutes than what his general role is. Kind of frustrating there. Maybe that was just because it was Donovan Mitchell out and not Garland out. If Garland's out, maybe Jerome gets some more playing time. But hero third quarter for Ty Jerome in that game against Portland. So
it was. You almost got to take down with Ty Jerome. So yeah. I agree on your Jerome call, and I'll just give shout out to whoever was talking Alfred Payton in our chat the other day.
Yeah,
they've already ruled CJ McCollum out, so he'll probably play backup point guard minutes, and then
14 assists off the bench.
Yeah, it's like that. That's the thing. They handily won. He had 14 assists. Jordan Hawkins left that game. There was a lot that broke right for him. I would put Elf probably last amongst like all those value point guards, but got to mention it. He's $3,200.
Yeah, 100%. Shooting guard, then we go. Edwards is 96 against Phoenix. Again, Phoenix is not good defensively. But he'll get the Ryan Dunn treatment, I guess, right?
He will.
There's that. Even though it didn't really bother the Celtics at all, they just torched.
No, they were very good.
Donovan Mitchell, again, you'd run that back if he's in.
Yep.
Again, Murray's fine, but Jokic back, a little bit tougher spot there.
Yeah, not at that price.
Yeah, right. You need Jokic out probably there.
Yeah.
Bridges, you've been playing the Knicks.
Of course, he freaking nukes next day. I mean, yeah.
OG was good again too in that game.
They were all good. They were all good, and they still got spanked because Kawhi and Harden were great. And so
yeah,
the Kawhi 40-minute X factor going to the playoffs is such a scary proposition there. Yeah, I mean, he had 9 assists in a game that they lost their point guard too, their third point guard, but they lost them. So if they put Mikal in more playmaking role, I can see a world where I get to him.
All right, you talk about the next thing. My cat is like gnawing at my door right now, so you do that. I'm gonna let her in. And you deal with the next set here.
Yeah, I also hear him. If there's no Steph, like Brandon Pajemski at 61 is fine. It's not like exciting, but you can get to some Pajemski. With no Cade, we know Malik Beasley is their second leading scorer this year. You can play some Malik Beasley if you want. Bruce Brown is back. Last time we saw Bruce Brown take the floor, he played 35 minutes. Yeah. He wasn't great. The price isn't great either, but the minutes should be there with no CJM and Zion. Gary Trent, right under there. He started the other day. If Giannis is out, I probably expect him to start again, play big minutes. He's not great peripherally, not great price, but
he has moments, right? If he had 2 steals in that game, it would have been way better.
If he just randomly insert 2 steals into his stat line.
Well, he had 3 straight games of 2 steals, so.
Yeah, well, if Tyler Kolek scores 100 points tomorrow, he's Will Chamberlain.
That's not going to happen, though. But I agree. You're trying to turn the starting lineup. You got to give him a look there.
Jacoby Walter, he started the other day. They ruled RJ Barrett out already. If Jacoby Walter starts, took 14 shots in 30 minutes. That was a game that Scotty played.
Yeah. You realize we've talked like 5 guys under 4K by now, so this is going to be like a very easy get to Jokic.
Yeah, it's very so easy. That's why I keep suggesting them. All the more the merrier to get the Jokic.
Merrill could be in play if guys are out.
Yep.
Anything else here?
Small forward we go.
Kawhi
Leonard,
$8,800 continues to be awesome.
Dude, they are. I think I don't know what I kind of forgot what happened, but they're the 6th seed.
I was gonna say, are the Clippers a real contender right now?
I know you and I have different opinions on the Clippers. We've had different opinions for years. I know you probably like them a little more now because they have no Paul George.
Yeah, Paul George is garbage. Yep.
But if you can get 40 minutes out of Kawhi Leonard and how good they are defensively, and with the resurgence of Harden and the emergence of Powell and Zubac, they are legit. They are legit. They are legit. It's this guy right here.
Yes.
Right?
He's an X factor for sure.
If you're getting 40 minutes of this level of Kawhi, it's a complete different game.
Yeah, because both ends of the floor. Elite.
Both ends of the floor.
And he's won before.
And he's won.
Right?
Carried a team and
carried the Raptors on his back to a title. Because like James Harden, generational loser, right?
Yep.
Great stats, good scorer, great passer.
Has been on some really good teams.
Been on good teams. Biggest moments, that dude, he had that playoff performance where he was like 1 for 20 from 3. Remember?
He's been bad. Yeah.
Very bad. They've never given Zubac a chance to play like this before.
Nope. And he's amazing.
Amazing. Norm, obviously, we talked about it. Pritchard's gonna win, I guess, but like 6th man of the year should be Norm Powell. I guess he starts, so you can't give him the award, but like.
Well, he should win most improved. He should also win most improved because nobody improved.
Cade apparently is winning that, even though he's a superstar, right? Like it doesn't make any sense. The number 1 overall pick is now a most improved player. Like whatever. Right. I guess my worry with them would just be their bench depth. Like they just
bench depth. Yes. I mean you do have really good defensive guys coming in.
Yeah.
The center stuff, but they're using Ben Simmons, John, as their backup center. So, like,
yeah,
you know what? I take it back.
All-time playoff performer Ben Simmons. Yeah, great.
But if you need Ben Simmons for 14 minutes as a primary ball handler / backup center defensively,
defensively
that's fine.
still elite. Yeah, I agree.
And you also have Derek Jones.
If Bogey can just learn to shoot, like then you'll be good. Yeah.
Bogdanović has been better. You have Chris Dunn, who's an all-world defender. You have Derek Jones, who showed last year how good he was defensively. Literally made to the NBA Finals last year. I think that's a good. That's just if they stay healthy and stay out of the play-in again. I think there could be.
I agree.
Scary for anybody.
And what do we always say? There's one game in a series where like some guy comes off the bench and scores 20. Like Bogey can do that, right?
He can absolutely do that. Yep.
All right. So Kawhi, we're both in on.
Love Kawhi.
Buckets at 87. Not a revenge game, so maybe we're back in. But Steph could be back.
all in. No, only if Steph's out at this price.
Josh Hart, pick the right day, and you get yourself a triple double. Otherwise, you don't. $8,100.
It is really just pick the right day with Josh Hart.
Really
That's it. That's what it is.
Cam J is back. I'm just gonna keep playing OG. I've been team OG all season.
You have.
I actually did not play him against the Clippers. Silly me. I played somebody else that night. OG at 7K. Yeah, give me that in this matchup against Milwaukee. Like, please.
Dude, if he's gonna be this good nightly offensively, because we know everything else, he's solid. If he's going to score this way, then and because we know everything else, the minutes.
And if you're telling me that Tyler Kolek is a pass-only point guard, that's even better.
He is a pass-only point guard.
Like that's even better, pass-only point guard. So I'm in on OG there at 7,000. Again, you can play Norm. Kuzma, kind of a letdown. No Lillard, no Giannis. All the numbers were in his favor going up against Denver, and just goose egged us, man. 36 minutes of really nothing. 20. I get it. He was under 6K, gave you 27 fantasy points. Like value wise, fine, bruh.
10 shots.
We were looking for 40 here.
10 shots, Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah. So people will go right back there. If
I probably will. I probably will too. I probably will be right there with the field. Just go right back to the well.
Yep, with you. Beasley at $5,200. Again, a guy that can shoot the lights out if he gets the opportunities to there. Play 25 minutes, just blow out. So didn't get any accepted run, but no Cade. Certainly going to be some opportunities for him at 52. We've played Moody at times. DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, all the Cleveland stuff here, like Hunter and Strus would be in play depending on who's in and who's out.
Yep. I got a bunch of Brooklyn news earlier. Like,
they're all questionable. Yeah. Watford, Zaire, Clowney are questionable. Sharp is out.
Yeah.
So that is obviously a little interesting because they started Clowney. They DMP'd Martin last game.
Right, but I'm saying those guys were all out. They probably can't.
So they played Maxwell Lewis 25 minutes, and they played Dariq Whitehead 25 minutes, who's stone cold min salary at 3K shooting guard.
I got a Dariq auto around here somewhere.
None of those. So just looking at availability too, as of right now, none of those players are in the G League. So like Dariq Whitehead and Maxwell Lewis are not. They're with the team. They both played 25 minutes. And it wasn't like I know they got like absolutely torched by
Cam J's back. Cam J was not in that game. But.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're without Sharp.
Yeah.
If there's no Clowney, Watford, Zaire, they're in trouble in terms of size. They're gonna have to play small. So there's going to be a lot of minutes to be had.
Yeah, agreed. So something to watch for. Could get Jalen Wilson, could get all those guys, right? Just out there, just playing more minutes here. Anything else for you at small forward?
Antonio Reeves was really good the other day, but Bruce Brown's back. I don't think we need to go there. Like Keon Brooks started, played 28 minutes. He was really boring. Probably not.
Power forward we go then. Giannis is 11.5. We'll see if he plays or not. If Giannis is in, obviously no Dame. We talked about it. It's like a 1.7 fantasy points per minute or something.
Yeah,
insane,
it's large.
So we would certainly go to Giannis at 11.5 there. Durant, as I told you, scored 30, 11 of 16, 3 of 4 from 3. 1 rebound, 2 assists.
Can't stop scoring. Just need the periffs.
Just could not get inside the paint with Porzingis and Horford there. Just roughing them up there. But he did not miss. 68% shooting.
Need the periffs.
I don't know if in Minnesota it could just be a repeat of what we got against Boston. Like that, that could be worrisome.
It's true.
What's the ownership here? It's a matchup against Toronto, so no LaMelo. This should set him up to go back to like one of those elite runs we saw earlier in this year when he was going off, right?
Yeah, I don't love the price, but I get it.
Because like he's had a little bit of a tough stretch in terms of opponents when we're like, oh, like he's cooling down. It's like, well, yeah, he's cooling down because
I know it's true. It's true.
You know, like
that is a very tough 5-game stretch.
Yeah, you get him against a bad Toronto team, and like, you know, maybe all systems go here at $8,900. I don't hate it. Tough, but if he takes 32 shots, we won't think so. So
touche.
Again, Kawhi, Butler, Hart. We talked about it. If Mobley's back and someone else is out, I would go to Mobley.
Yes.
At 86. I'm not a Randall guy.
He's been bad. No, he's been bad.
Yeah, so
Toby, go. I'd probably just Toby is probably the next place I'd really want to go.
Yep. 27 minutes in that blowout. 15, 8, 4, 1, and 3. 6K again, and just really solid.
Yep.
Cleveland is obviously like a little bit of a tough spot if they have both their front court plays, but no Cade. I don't have the Cade less numbers in front of me. I don't know who gets the biggest.
I don't either, but we'll talk about it on the live show.
Live show, yeah. My gut instinct is like Beasley or something like that.
They don't get like Asar has over a fantasy point per minute.
Yeah.
And that stuff like that.
Yep, agreed. Okay, you got there's no Zion, so Olynyk and Carlo. I mean, Kelly O is giving you the end of season Kelly O run right now.
He lives for March and April basketball.
He does. Bad team, Kelly O turns into like the leading scorer because
he lives for this.
Legitimately, if you look at that starting lineup, right? No McCollum, no Zion. Is Olynyk like not one of the best scorers like on the floor?
Yeah, he is. No, he is for sure.
Yeah, so you have that. He fills the stat sheet up. 7 and 8 assists because again, he's like one of the best passing bigs.
Yep.
In the league as well, which kind of plays to that. So, what else are we looking in this mid range for you?
I mean, I guess you could play Asar if you wanted to, but the risk with Asar. I gave Mobo the shout. Mobo nuked. I don't, it's kind of an outlier performance, but Toronto signed and played Cole Swider 20 minutes. That's funny. More so just commenting that he played 20 minutes. I don't think there's anything else. Let's go to center.
Okay. Just to confirm, it is Beasley highest usage rate, 1.12 fantasy points per minute without Cade or Ivy, obviously on the floor here this year. So, fantasy points per minute leader, Duran 1.3. So, all right, let's go to center. You say Joker's 12-3. Again, we've highlighted a lot of value.
We're playing Joker. We're clicking the button. He gets Utah. We're clicking the button.
Okay, here's the thing.
They're a bad team.
More than 30 minutes, though.
They are a bad team magnet.
I know.
They have lost to Washington twice.
Did they lose to Charlotte or something like that? Or
dude,
come close?
They've lost to Washington twice. They almost lost to Milwaukee without their two best players.
Right. Competitive game against Charlotte where Jokic
twice
37 minutes. Yeah.
Twice. The other game against Charlotte, 107-104.
83 fantasy points.
Philly in January, 137-134.
I mean, in 3 games against Utah, he's averaging 33 minutes and 71 fantasy points.
I'm telling you, they are a team, and Jokic has said it in interviews. Like he had ready for this for one of his stat lines in this.
Yeah,
I just stumbled on it. I wasn't looking.
The first 2 games of the year, he only had 60 fantasy points. So.
He took 33 shots in 38 minutes. He's 36, 22, 11, and 4.
Mm,
And 33 shot attempts.
yeah, needed the 38 minutes though. So
Look, I am 100% understanding with what you're saying, John.
did go for 72 in 30 minutes against Philly here. So there's that.
I am not even gonna debate with you. I wouldn't argue with you if anyone that like you look at it and you're like, oh, this could be a blowout.
Yeah.
But like he's going to triple double in a blowout. Probably somewhere close to 30 actual.
Okay. No arguments.
I'm playing him. I don't care.
Towns is 10-2, back-to-back 60 bombs.
I'm also playing him. We can play them both.
You probably could play them both, honestly. Joker and Towns in your lineup together gives you 45-83, dude. We've talked 4 guys at guard under 4K, so
it's doable.
Very doable double centering there. All right, so Towns again, Milwaukee, pretty good spot for him. Mark Williams, 28 minutes would be a really good spot against Toronto.
Yep.
Maybe, I would like to see him play more. I don't think that's going to happen, but
nope.
That there. Nope. Zubac's 81. I mentioned Duran. Not a great matchup for Duran here, but he does have the 1.3 fantasy points per minute with those guys off the floor.
Yep. If Jared Allen is playing without Mobley, the fourth quarter that Jared Allen put together was a masterpiece.
It was. Brolo on the other side, I would say there's no Giannis. We're upset because we knew this game was coming. We called it. We talked about it. We were upset when we saw the ownership. We're like, dang it! Like we wanted to play Brolo here. We should have. Still should have done it because he went for 47.
This was Brooklyn Brolo right here.
Yeah. Yep. If Giannis is out again, Towns ain't stopping him. Towns can't play defense.
Nope. 17 shot attempts, only 5 threes. I mean, Brolo was that's the mid-range king right there back in his heyday.
Mm-hmm. They're not giving Pirtle much. He was obviously really good, but
he's been great. Yeah, he's been great.
All right, what do you want to do? Orlando Robinson was huge, but obviously Pirtle's back. So
Claxton was really good the other day, but he's been really good without Cam J. I'd like to see him do it with Cam J. Did it in Dallas, so maybe we're just
Dallas and Toronto now gets the Clippers, like different levels.
There's levels for sure. You can always play Nurkic as like a cheap punt if you wanted. He just has a high ceiling.
Markovic.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't start in that game, and I don't think he'll start this one. But if he found himself like in the starting lineup, that I would. But he has a high ceiling regardless. So
fantasy point per minute.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
All right, that's probably it. Would you play anybody else?
No.
Okay. Do we do the double center? Is that what we're looking at here?
We don't have to, but. I mean, like Kolek at 32.
Yeah, Kolek, Peyton, Sasser,
Porter,
all those guys. So I do Kolek.
They're all Porter. You could play at the guard.
It's Kolek, point guard.
No, he's point guard only. Yeah. You have Sasser at shooting guard if you wanted.
Yeah. Now we're back at small forward here, over 5K.
And we're over 5K, dude.
Probably Walter, as you mentioned, starting. 39.
We're going to have all the money in the world.
Power forward and a forward here.
We're at 60. We're at $6,100.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
Toby?
I said OG, but Toby's fine too. Toby.
And then it gets you Kuzma.
So is it Kuzma? Is it? It's hilarious.
It's a pretty balanced lineup if you get Walter in the starting lineup and Sasser playing mid-20s again.
Right? Kolek, Sasser, Walter, Harris, Jokic, Porter, Kuzma, Towns. I mean,
it's a very high ceiling lineup.
I'm not for stars and scrubs. Like I like it. I like where it's at.
It's a very high ceiling lineup.
No, what do we got for a total in that game? Do we have a total in that game? 220 for Knicks Bucks. Not great. But the slate high on this one's just 230. So 237. That's a Nuggets Jazz game, a 16.5 point spread. But it's a low scoring slate. So
I
220
I see 17.5, but
Yeah, exactly. Not great. All right. So example lineups. We'll be back at 5:00 Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. Latest news and updates for all you guys. Get you ready for this Friday main slate. Hopefully making everybody some money headed into the weekend. Until then, everybody, we'll catch you later.